But never mind that. Payton Talbott joins the show. Payton, how are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you, Mike? Good to meet you.
I'm good, man. Yeah, likewise, buddy. Good to speak to you. Unbelievable performance at the weekend. 19 seconds. I want to hear all about that stuff, but we'll get into that in a minute. Whereabouts are you now, Payton? You home?
Yeah, I'm finally home back in Reno. Midtown is where I live.
Okay. So Harrington, just jump on a second. Harrington, our producer, he was quite excited that you were jumping on the show. He's like, he's the first Gen Z star of the UFC, right, Harrington?
I mean, I think that's fair to say. You know, I double checked. I Googled the dates that Gen Z starts, and in my mind, you know, you have a lot of guys who are watching these millennials and Gen Xers trying to become stars in the UFC, but you're the first of the next generation in my mind.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I started MMA. I took my first fight in 2019, so I haven't been at this very long.
Yeah. So how old are you now, Payton?
25.
25 years old. Harrington, get off the screen. Piss off. Get out of here. 25 years old. You started MMA 5 years ago, and now here you are in the UFC. That is quite the rise, my brother. Very, very fast, just like your knockout at the weekend.
Yeah. I think I actually had my first fight when I was 19. So, yeah, picked it up super fast and got, you know, I went all into it initially, and that was kind of just all I did for a little while. So, yeah.
Nice. So you're on quite the tear in the UFC right now. Last time it was Cameron Simon. Cameron Simon, you got the finish in round 2, I think it was. Cameron Simon had a tremendous amount of hype around him. You step in, you finish him, you land some beautiful shots of him, and then you follow that up with this knockout at the weekend. Talk to me about your experience at UFC 303.
It was a big learning experience. A lot of new things came my way, and life was just going by real fast that week because everything's new, and you're just trying to keep up mentally with everything. But it was a good week. I really enjoy it. Like that's like a week of work for me. That's my week on the job, and I was happy all week aside from the weight cut. So I love my job because I just get to show up and experience all of that, and then go and celebrate. So it was a really good week. 10 out of 10, I'd do it again.
Yeah, I bet you would. I was saying on my YouTube channel, that was one of the cleanest right hands I've seen. Do you have a boxing background, or did you literally just start with mixed martial arts?
No, I boxed for like 2 months when I was, I think, like 12 years old, but I got my ass whooped. I took a fight against a kid that was like 5-0. I had to go up a weight class. It was awful. And I quit after that. I mainly just started with mixed martial arts striking, which is cool because like you don't have to adapt anything. You just start right in the principle.
Yeah. Well, as I said, the right hand was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, listen, it's one of the most basic shots in the game. You kind of, if I remember right, you threw the jab, he threw a kick, 1, 2, boom, and that was kind of it. I was going to say, was that kind of the game plan? Of course, the game plan's always punch them in the face, but was the right hand a clean right hand? Was that something that your coaches said, listen, this is the shot that he's open for?
Yeah, that's actually funny because we were drilling that all camp. And then in the back room before I walked out was that like jab, stutter step, and then like paw the hand down. Because he likes to keep this like front hand out. Like he was doing that a lot in prior fights, which really frustrates people. So yeah, my game plan was just to get around it by jabbing, pulling on the way back, and then opening that up for a cross. And that like hop step in I did right when he threw a kick, which was always the intention to step in on kicks. That's what I always do. But I didn't even know that he was throwing a kick. It just happened that way. But yeah, I hopped in, and then there was just no telegraph. I just turned my shoulder over, and the right hand was there.
So I'm just looking at your record here. 9-0. Congratulations. Unbelievable. 7 knockouts. So before that, it was the Apex, I think, right?
Yeah, Apex for 2 fights. Yeah.
Apex for 2 fights, and of course the contenders at the Apex. Talk to me about the difference of feeling after, competing at the Apex, which of course is a privilege to sign with the UFC, and that's where you start and you work your way up to be a part of UFC 303, sold out crowd, and then to get the knockout like that. Talk to me about those emotions.
It was just so much more fun. Like walking into the Apex is like, it was very easy for me to like focus and lock in and stay like, keep the task at hand in my mind. And then walking into the crowd is a little bit more distracting. It was my first time ever being in there. I've never been to a fight event. So when I was walking out, I was like looking around at how big the arena actually is. Like I did not realize how big it was. So, but despite that, I was just trying to be present while I was walking out. And that was part of it. It was just noticing like how different it was. But I loved it. I want to just always compete in front of a crowd. Like, you don't get to hear as much as like the thud of the shots and everything. It's not as intimate in that way, but the trade-off is feeding off the energy of a live crowd. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, that must be crazy. If you've never been to like a big UFC event and then you're walking out, that's your first time and you're looking around. I mean, how do you deal with those emotions? You seem to me, and this is the first time that we've spoken, you seem like a very centered, like emotionally stable, intelligent young man. So talk to me about the mental prep for something like that.
The mental prep was just like enjoying everything and just like all that stuff. I'm never going to have a first event again in front of a crowd. So my main thing is just going out there and just enjoying it and trying to suck everything that I can out of it, because I'm never going to get that back again. So it's just like admiration and just the fact that I'm doing what I love. And although it's like a little scary to go out there and walk and fight someone, it's scary in like the most healthy way. You're changing your life with every performance. And yeah.
So changing your life. Did you used to be a skateboarder?
Yeah, I still skateboard quite a bit. I'm going to probably go skate today.
Well, careful you don't injure yourself. And did you almost injure yourself Saturday night what do you call that move that you did when you the celebration, like the bloody backflip, bloody whatever it was?
Yeah, it was a cork. It's called a corkscrew.
A corkscrew, of course. Okay, well, congrats. The ankle's okay?
Yeah, it was fine. I knew I probably wasn't going to land it, but I was.
Hey, it looked cool, though. It looked cool, buddy. So my producer said that were you skating with Tony Hawk recently?
Yeah.
Doing something with Tony Hawk?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, I went out to his warehouse and skated with him.
Oh, that's cool. So you skateboarded at quite a high level, I assume?
Not really.
Right.
I don't know how I ended up there.
How the fuck do you end up with Tony Hawk then?
I guess he initiated it. He reached out to the UFC because he wanted to meet me. His kids are big fans, and we have mutual friends.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I can hold my own in like a bowl or like in a pool, but flat ground's hard for me.
Well, you say you can hold your own in a bowl. I saw a video of you on your Instagram, and you went for a fall, buddy.
Oh yeah, I go for falls very often. I've got scars all over my hips.
You got scars all over your hips, and you've got some very interesting tattoos as well. Talk to me about these tattoos, because they're just like circles. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it than that. But would you mind explaining what they are?
Yeah. So there's one front of the chest and the back of the chest.
Yeah,
there you go.
There it is.
But yeah, it just signifies a hole that goes through me. Represents just like a void that is unfillable. It's internal void that a lot of us feel, but mine is just like very apparent, and I felt it for a long time throughout my life.
Wow, that's deep. That's a bit above my pay grade as a former knucklehead. Do you know what I'm like? Are you filling the void now with being a world-class fighter, fighting in front of 20,000 people and getting bonuses? Did you get a bonus Saturday night?
I did. Yeah. It helps. It's the thing about a void is you can't fill it, but it definitely helps, and it's very fulfilling. I try to keep my cup always empty so that it can be filled with whatever. So it's fighting does a lot for me psychologically. I love it.
So when you say your cup is empty, do you mean pessimistically you look at it half empty as opposed to half full?
No, I just try to remove a lot of my life that chains me to certain responsibilities. So I just try to stay super open to experiencing everything.
Yes.
And just enjoying everything that comes with this like fighting process and everything that comes into my life. You got to empty your cup so that it may be filled. So I have recently done that.
Yeah, my cup is overflowing all over the place. I've got to empty it. Hey, Payton, man, I just wanted to talk to you, get you on the show real quick, say congratulations. That was an incredible performance. It really was, short but very sweet. When do you want to get back in there? Have you got a name that you want to call out?
Yeah, I called out Adrian Yanez and
Yanis, yeah. Yanis, you're right. It's Yanis.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get at him at the end of the year because I think he's booked with somebody pretty soon. So, yeah, I'm gonna get in at the end of the year for sure. Maybe if something cool comes my way, I'll accept it sooner. But I want to enjoy life for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, enjoy it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keeping that cup half empty. Keep that void. Keep doing what you're doing, Payton. Thanks for your time today. Really appreciate it, buddy.
I got one thing for you, Mike.
Oh, please. Hey, listen, this is a conversation. Please ask me whatever you want.
Yeah, rate my setup.
Oh, shit. Oh, you got the turntables. Why didn't you say? Well, I will say this, buddy. There's no vinyl there. That's like you are Gen Z all day. Come on, man. You can have the the CDJs or the mixers, whatever. You can have a couple of vinyls on the end of there, buddy. You ain't a DJ until you can scratch. Can you scratch?
Not very well, but I mean, I got a vinyl right there. I just need somebody to show me how to do it.
We got to fill that void. What kind of music do you like?
I like hard groove, deep house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Oh, we'll have to talk about that some other time. Payton, thank you for your time today. Enjoy this moment. Congratulations again. Talk to you soon.
Will do, Mike. Thanks.
My man, take care.